The cooling system in a car engine is responsible for maintaining the engine's operating temperature within a safe range. The cooling system works by circulating a liquid coolant through the engine and radiator, which absorbs and dissipates the heat generated by the engine. The cooling system consists of several components. Radiator. This is the part of the cooling system that dissipates the heat from the coolant. The radiator is made up of a series of tubes and fins that allow air to pass through and cool the coolant. Water pump. This is the part of the cooling system that circulates the coolant through the engine and radiator. The water pump is typically driven by a belt or chain that is connected to the engine's crankshaft. Thermostat. This is the part of the cooling system that regulates the flow of coolant through the engine and radiator. The thermostat is typically located at the engine's outlet, and it opens and closes to control the flow of coolant based on the engine's temperature. Hoses. These are the flexible tubes that connect the engine, radiator, and water pump together and allow the coolant to circulate through the system. Coolant. This is the liquid that circulates through the cooling system and absorbs the heat generated by the engine. Coolant is typically a mixture of water and antifreeze, which helps to prevent the coolant from freezing in cold temperatures and boiling in hot temperatures. The cooling system works by circulating the coolant through the engine and radiator. The water pump pumps the coolant from the radiator through the engine block and cylinder head, where it absorbs the heat generated by the combustion process. The heated coolant then flows back to the radiator, where it is cooled by the air passing through the fins. The thermostat regulates the flow of coolant through the engine and radiator. When the engine is cold, the thermostat is closed, and the coolant is circulated through the engine block to warm it up. When the engine reaches its operating temperature, the thermostat opens, allowing the coolant to flow through the radiator to be cooled. The coolant is circulated through the cooling system by the water pump, which is typically driven by a belt or chain that is connected to the engine's crankshaft. The hoses connect the engine, radiator, and water pump together and allow the coolant to circulate through the system.